Hello everyone, welcome to What If Issei Was Trained by Silver Saint and Became the Knight of Athena movie. Before we start, please go support Issei1702 for writing that awesome fanfic. This is the translated version I made. There will be some mistake in character's gender, but of course Issei is a male. Issei is abandoned by his brothers in a forest when he was little to let him die, but a mysterious man in silver armor would find him, raise him and train him to take his place as a knight of Athena. After 10 years, Issei would return to Kwa as a knight of Athena, having fights against supernatural beings and of course finding love or loves in his hometown. What will happen to Issei and Kwa? Will he be able to protect his love? Chapter 1 Beginning. Hey, is there someone, dude? Isaac Neeson, Hannah Nasan, can you hear me? A 7-year-old boy's voice would be heard in a dark forest without anyone hearing him. How did this happen? 2 hours later. On a dark, desolate road, the sound of a car driving to a dark forest was heard. In the car was an adult and 3 children. The first child was an 8-year-old boy with brown hair and green eyes. The second was a girl of the same age. She had long brown hair and brown eyes. The third child was the youngest of the 2. He was a 7-year-old boy with brown hair and honey-colored eyes. The driver was an adult with messy brown hair. "We're here," said the driver, and everyone got off. "Hey man, let's seriously play hide and seek in this forest," said the 7-year-old boy with some fear. "Yes, let's play," said the only adult with a smile. "Yes, Issei Neeson," said the 8-year-old boy. "That's right, Issei-chan," said the 8-year-old girl. The boy named Issei was a little uncomfortable with his relatives' answers, but he accepted. After all, he hasn't spent much time with his siblings since his parents' death. "Well, okay," Issei said, a little nervous. The group of 4 would walk through the forest with a lantern. Issei was terrified, but the girl held his hand. Now they were standing in a desolate dark forest. "Okay, you know the rules, one hides and the other has to count to find the one who is hiding," said the driver, and the children nodded. "Well, everything is going according to plan," said the adult with a smile. "Okay, rock, paper, scissors," said the 8-year-old boy, and the others tried the same. The 8-year-old boy would take out paper, the 8-year-old girl would take out rock, and Issei would take out scissors. Now the girl and Issei would play alone. The girl would take out paper and Issei would take scissors. "I won," Issei said excitedly. "You're first, Issei," said the girl. "Yes," Issei said excitedly. Issei would count on the nearest tree. The 2 children just watched Issei with some pity, but now they would put on a smile. "Okay kids, let's go," the adult whispered to the 2 children, as quietly as possible so Issei wouldn't hear. The group of 3 would leave the place where Issei was with a satisfied smile. They would get into the car, the only adult would start it, and go as far away from the place as possible, leaving Issei alone in the forest. "I'm done, it's time to find them," Issei said excitedly, not realizing that he has been abandoned. On the road. "Ha ha ha, finally we abandoned that useless guy who doesn't even know how to play the triangle," said the driver, laughing. "That's right, ha ha ha, that useless guy won't bother us anymore," said the 8-year-old boy, laughing. "Ha ha ha ha, now I'll be the best violinist without that idiot interrupting me," said the 8-year-old girl, laughing. "That's how it's done, now the Haida family no longer has to support that useless guy. If you don't have talent in any instrument, you don't belong to the family," said the driver, and the other children nodded. "Tisk, you're lucky you guys agreed to this plan, otherwise you guys would have stayed in that forest to die and I'd have ended up with my brother's inheritance," said the driver, somewhat serious and frustrated. The 3 of them would simply go to Kwa and forget about Issei forever. What they didn't know was that someone would change Issei's life. With Issei. "Hello, is someone there?" said Issei, a little scared. 5 days later. "Ah, how hungry I am," said Issei on the ground. It's been 3 days after Issei's abandonment. The chestnut would already be too worried and anxious about not finding his relatives in the forest. On his first day in the forest, he tripped over a branch and rolled on a small hill and then got dirty and wet in a river near the hill. When he felt hungry, he would not find any food. After all, he was in a forest. Even if he tried to fish, it would be useless. When he was cold, he just covered himself with leaves or found a nearby cave. On the second day it would be the same, only he would meet a bear, but by luck, or he would lose. On the third and fourth days he could no longer stand the cold and hunger in the mountains. To top it off, it rained for 2 days in a row. To make matters worse, by accident he would hurt his arm on a trunk that was nearby. On the fifth day he was hungrier and colder to the point of collapsing. The wounds were now infected and his clothes were in tatters. Now he was on the ground. "Maybe will I die in this forest," Issei said with the strength he had left. "I was abandoned. I'm sorry for not keeping our promise, my friend," said Issei, remembering a boy with orange hair tied to a ponytail. "Mom, Dad, I'll see him again soon," said Issei, lying down. "I'm sorry not being able to keep your promise, Mom, Dad, Grandpa," said Issei with tears in his eyes, remembering the moments he spent with his parents and grandfather. Issei would be about to close his eyes and rest for another day to go out or meet his parents and grandfather in heaven. "Yeah," Issei muttered as he heard beautiful lyre music. "Where does that music come from?" Issei said, trying to get up, but it would be useless. He grabbed the nearest branch and stood up, holding onto it. Issei would go where the beautiful music was. With some difficulty he arrived, and when he arrived he found a great landscape full of beautiful flowers and green grass. Issei was surprised by the beautiful scenery, but he left that thought to concentrate on the music. He would walk where the beautiful melody was, and when he found its point of origin he saw a handsome man with blue hair. He was wearing beautiful armor that covered almost his entire body. Its color was silver with yellow details, a helmet that covered almost his entire forehead. In his hands he held a beautiful silver lyre with yellow details. He was sitting on a rock while playing that beautiful melody. Anyone who encountered it would be impressed. It was as if an angel had come down from the heavens, even more so when the man had his eyes closed. The man would stop playing the melody and then look at Issei, who was standing near him looking at him. "I'm impressed that a kid like you found this place," the man said in a calm tone. Issei couldn't respond due to his lack of strength. He was about to fall and would be held by the man. "Why do I feel peace when I'm near him?" Issei thought as he was near the mysterious man. "It's clear he hasn't eaten in 5 days and his clothes are torn. The worst thing is that he has infected wounds and a very high fever. I'm shocked that a 7-year-old boy has survived in this forest," thought the man. The mysterious man just looked at Issei for a couple of minutes and then carried him in his arms. "You child have shown to have great willpower. Despite having infected wounds and having a high fever, you continued forward to survive. For that reason I will take you to the sanctuary to become a great knight of Athena and take my position as Silver Knight," said the mysterious man seriously while carrying Issei. Issei, despite being half-conscious, heard what the man said. He didn't say anything, he just decided to rest and wake up in his new home. 10 years later. The sun was shining in Kwa, adults were waking up to go to work to earn their daily bread, and young people and children were preparing to go to school and become someone in the future. Everyone said good morning and another day in Kwa. It was a joy, but not for certain groups of girls. Kwa Academy. In a room of the academy was a girl with short black hair, purple eyes. She was wearing small glasses. She was wearing an outfit with a black bow for girls with a black sweater that left her chest exposed, a red skirt, black sneakers. Next to her was a girl with long black hair that reached her knees. She also had glasses. She had the same clothing as the previous girl. They were Sona Citri, the student council president, and Tsubaki Shinra, the vice president of the student council, highly considered the idols of the academies. But there was something different about them, and those were bandages and band-aids on their face and arms. "Another day, President," Tsubaki said to Sona. "Yeah, another day I have to put up with those stupid dragons," Sona said with hatred in her words. "I'm impressed you have some patience," Tsubaki said. "Yes, although I'm at the limit of my patience. I can't believe it. It's been 3 months since Rias reincarnated 2 humans into her servants, and when they released their sacred gears and started using them they became too arrogant. The worst thing is that Rias is engaged to that stupid red dragon. Kiba and Saji started to be slaves of that blue dragon. Even worse is that Saji has agreed to be a dog of that type, and he, Trembles, also started to have the same attitude as them, starting to force Momo, Ruruko, Tsubaki and me into part of his damn harem," said Sona, trembling as she said that. "The cherry on the cake would be that they started hitting me and Rias and all her entourage," said Sona, trembling, and Tsubaki too, and in that they saw the Gremory clan entering the Ko Academy. In the occult club. PLAF, PLAF, PLAF. AHH, the sound of a blonde being hit could be heard. "Asia," said a blue-haired girl with a green streak, worried as she saw her friend fall. "Are you slapping Asia again?" the blue-haired girl said angrily. "And what are you going to do, confront me?" "Ha ha ha," said a brown-haired boy with green eyes mockingly. "Please don't hit anyone else," said a brown-haired girl with pigtails. "Shut up," said the boy, bouncing the chestnut with all his might. "Irena San," said a black-haired girl with purple eyes. "Akeno-san, thank you," said Irena, standing up. "Sekirudii, don't hit anyone anymore," said a white-haired girl who seems to be the oldest of the group. "Or what?" said the boy, summoning a red glove with a green gem in the middle. This action made the white-haired girl tremble. "Idiot senpai," said a short-haired white-haired girl eating a cookie. "What did you say to me, damn cat?" the boy said angrily, approaching her. "Go ahead, say it again to my face," the boy said angrily, and the girl just trembled. "Isaac, stop hitting my friends," said a redhead with bandages on her face. "You don't give me orders, damn redhead. Remember that I am the king of your entourage and I can do whatever you want, whatever I want," said the boy named Isaac. "You heard Rias," said the boy, and then slapped Rias in her face. "Wani-sama," Asia said, alerted. "Ha ha ha, so he learns who's in charge," said a girl with long brown hair and brown eyes. Next to her was Kiba, and he was just trying to hold back the urge to kill the boy in front of him, and next to him was Saji. He was calmly watching the scene while being caressed by the girl. "That damn Gasper, I'll make him my slave someday," said the girl with a sadistic smile. Suddenly the academy bell would be heard. "Okay, everyone go to your classrooms, and I hope you get home on time. Hannah, let's go," said Isaac. "Yes, let's go, Saji-kun," said Hannah, carrying the blonde as if he were a dog, and the three would leave the club very far away. "That damn Isaac, first he takes away my entourage and turns me into his servant, second he hits me for stupid things, and last because I reincarnated those two," Rias said through tears. "Calm down, President, I know that one day all this will end," said Kiba, trying to relax Rias. "Don't worry, One-sama, I'm fine," Asia said with a smile, but forced, and with tears in her eyes. "Asia," said Rias. "Guys, could you go without me? I have to think of something," Rias said, and the whole club nodded. Now Rias was alone. She would take a kind of razor out of her pocket, close her eyes, and bring it closer to her wrists. Rias just opened her eyes and then. No, suicide is not the best option," Rias said through tears. "Why am I so weak?" Rias said through tears as she threw the knife as far away as possible. Evening. "You, Rias, bring my notebook," Isaac said in an authoritative tone. "And why should I bring her? It's your job," Rias said angrily. "Do you dare to answer me?" Isaac said, hitting Rias, drawing blood from her lip. "Isaac-san, you're not hitting Onisama anymore," Asia said, trying to stop the boy. "Shut up, you useless hitch," said Isaac, slapping Asia. "You're not even good for anything, not even seducing me with that body of yours," Isaac said mockingly, making the blonde cry. "Leave Asia alone," said the blue-haired girl. "And what are you going to do, kill me? Do you want to kill the father of your children, say no sixay? Damn you, you are no longer considered the father of my future children," Zenobia said furiously. "Go ahead, fight," Isaac said mockingly, taking out the Ascalon sword, and Zenobia took out Durandal. Without them realizing it, Rias was no longer there. Streets of Kwa. We can see Rias walking through the streets of Kwa. She had a sad look. "What can I do?" Rias said, crying. "Tell me, mother," said Rias, holding a silver necklace with a lyre in the middle. Rias was just holding very tightly the necklace that was given to her by her mother, who was now missing. According to her mother, she told her, "If you hold this necklace very tightly while looking in the direction of your constellation, it is said that you can hear a beautiful melody on summer nights." Some say that they found their true love by listening to it. These were her mother's words as she gave her the necklace. If so, I want to hear that beautiful melody and have my true love by my side, Rias said with a smile as she looked at the night sky. He accidentally fell off the floor and out of nowhere. "Ah, my necklace," said Rias, seeing her necklace heading to the river. She was only terrified to see her necklace about to fall into the river. The last things she had left of her mother would go to the river. "But you," said a boy, catching the necklace that was about to fall. Rias just looked surprised and looked at the boy. "Lyra, the constellation that protects me," said a brown-haired boy wearing a red shirt with blue pants and red shoes. On his back he carried a huge silver box. "Who are you?" Rias said upon seeing the boy. "My name is Issei de Lira," said the boy, introducing himself as Issei. Chapter 2: The Boy with the Lyre. "Who are you?" Rias said upon seeing the boy. "My name is Issei de Lira," said the boy called Issei. Issei would give the necklace to Rias. "Is it important to you? Don't lose it," Issei said with a smile, and Rias would start to cry. "What's wrong?" said the boy worriedly. "Nothing, it's just that it's the only thing I have from my mother," said Rias, stopping crying. An explanation later. "I see, your mother is missing," said the brown-haired boy. "Yes," said Rias. "I have a mother too, but she passed away when I was little," Issei said. "Sorry if I made you mention a sensitive topic," Rias apologized. "You don't have to apologize, because if you do you will disappoint your mother," said Issei, calling Rias's attention. "Yes, if we cry or give up at the most important moment we will disappoint our loved ones. That's why I left Kwa," said Issei, impressing Rias. "So let's not do anything that will disappoint our mothers. Bye," said Issei, saying goodbye to Rias while raising his hand. "By the way, you haven't told me your name," said Issei. "My name is Rias." "Rias Gremory," said Rias. "I see, what a nice name for a beautiful girl," said Issei, smiling, making Rias blush. "Issei of Lira," Rias said happily and looked at the night sky. "I don't know why, I have a feeling something interesting is going to happen tomorrow," Rias said happily, then went home. The next day. We meet Sona in the student council room, watching as always the students enter the academy. Isaac started hitting Rias again, Hannah started hitting Saji even though he enjoyed it like a damn masochist, and Momo and Ruruko no longer hang out with anyone for fear that Saji hit them. "Can't there be a day when those three dragons aren't hitting anyone?" said Sona in a bad mood. "I wish something interesting would happen," said Sona, and as fate would have it, her wish came true. At that point she saw a boy she had never seen before in her life at the academy. Being part of the student council, she knew most of the students who studied at the academy, but it was the first time she had met that boy. He had messy brown hair and honey-colored eyes. He was wearing the Kwa Academy male uniform, except his jacket was open, revealing a red shirt and red shoes. In his hands he was carrying a backpack. "Apparently he's a transfer student," Sona said, looking at the new boy, unaware that this boy would change her life and destiny, just like the girls in her entourage. Inside the academy. "Okay, Issei, don't get nervous," Issei said, taking a deep breath, and in front of him was a door. Knock, knock, knock. The teacher opened the door and saw Issei. "Can I help you with something?" said the teacher, who was the white-haired woman from the occult club. "Good morning, teacher. I am the student transferred to this academy, and they sent me to this classroom," Issei said to the teacher, and handed her some papers. "Sure, wait a moment please," said the teacher to close the door and warn the students. "Well, students, sit down because a new student will be joining us. Apparently he is from the country of Greece," said the teacher, and the murmurs of the students could be heard. "From Greece, Kya, a handsome boy will join us." "A foreign boy, how nice." "Damn, what we needed, another handsome kid like Kiba." "I hope it's a girl. I've heard that Greek girls are beautiful." Comments from the boys and girls could be heard throughout the room. "Okay, you can come in." He made a sign and then Issei entered the room. "Nice to meet you, my name is Issei. It will be a pleasure to be with you," said Issei, bowing. "My goodness, how lucky we were." He is handsome and polite. Damn, another cute guy. Because another handsome guy had to appear, now how are we going to win over the girls at the academy? Now calm down. If you have any questions for young Issei, raise your hand, said the teacher, and a brown-haired girl with pigtails raised her hand. So, according to you your name is Issei, but what is your last name? Said the girl, and Issei answered. I don't really have a last name, because my tutor found me in the forest when I was little and my teacher doesn't have a last name, Issei said to his question. Sorry if I asked something sensitive, the girl said apologetically. It doesn't matter, the important thing is that I'm here alive thanks to my teacher, the one who raised me and educated me to be a better person, said Issei with a warm smile, and all the girls would blush, including the teacher. Well, if anyone wants to ask a question, go ahead, he said to the teacher, and no one raised their hand. Okay, there's a seat in the back, next to Asia-san, said the teacher, and Issei nodded. Issei would go to where the seat was, and next to him was a blonde girl with green eyes and bandages on her face. Nice to meet you, Asia-san, I hope we get along, Issei said to the girl. I likewise, Issei-san, said Issei, greeting the blonde, but when he greeted her he felt a hostile aura in the background to the right. There sat a brown-haired boy with green eyes who looked at him in a hostile manner. That boy has a rather hostile aura towards me. There is no doubt that he is a dragon and a reincarnated demon, and apparently that demon and dragon is my older brother Isaac, said Issei with a calm look without signs of nervousness. Damn, how dare you touch my wife, Isaac said in a hostile manner towards Issei, who had a very calm look. Some time later, we met in the courtyard of Ko Academy. There was Issei eating a bento made by him, and next to him was his backpack. My teacher's cooking lessons helped, Issei said, tasting the bento. After finishing his bento, he simply put it away and put it in his backpack. Okay, it's time to play, said Issei, and then took out a silver lyre with golden details from his backpack. But when he was about to play it, he heard something that caught his attention. Hey, I hear someone is in trouble, Issei said, alerted, and he headed to where the noise was. Somewhere in the academy. Why did you let someone else touch you but me? Isaac yelled at Asia. Now we are in the back of the gym. There were Isaac and Asia talking about what happened in the classroom. The brunette saw the blonde greet someone other than him. His blood boiled, and of course he let himself be carried away by his dragon instincts. I just said hello, I swear, Isaac-san, Asia said. Plop. Don't lie to me, it's obvious you wanted to win him over. Do you even like him? Isaac said, slapping the blonde. And no, that's not true, Asia said desperately. I'm tired. Now I'm really going to kill you, Isaac said with an evil grin, terrifying the blonde. But before Isaac could punch her, someone stopped him. Oh wow, if it's the new guy, Isaac said mockingly when he saw Issei, who was grabbing him by the wrist. I won't let you hit someone defenseless, much less a beautiful girl like Asia, Issei said calmly, and Asia blushed at that, making the brown-haired boy angry. Are you acting like a hero to conquer this useless girl? Ha 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 ha, don't make me laugh, she's only mine, and even more so when I take away her purity, said Isaac, laughing sadistically, provoking the brown-haired boy, but Issei was just calm. Isaac would break free from Issei's grip and then kick him in the face. Take it, said Isaac, directing his kick to Issei's face, making the blonde scared. Boom. Issei-san, said Asia, seeing Issei having Isaac's foot in his face. Ha ha, so they learn said Isaac, surprised. At that, the two of them saw that Isaac's foot was never on Issei's face, but that the brown-haired man stopped it with his hand as if nothing had happened. Is that all? Issei said calmly, making the brown-haired boy angry. Damn, said Isaac, and then kicked again, but harder, but it would have the same result. Now he would punch in the direction of Issei's face, but he just dodged it as if it was nothing. He would throw a series of punches, but Issei just dodged them and sometimes stopped them with his hands. How boring, you're not even good for warming up, Issei said as if nothing had happened, making Isaac even more angry. How can this useless guy dodge my attacks as if it were nothing, and the worst thing is that he has stopped them. But the most surprising thing is that his hands are not hurt by the impact and force of my fists, and that I am using the strength of a demon, Isaac thought when he saw the brown-haired man who was standing with a calm look. Isaac would throw a series of quick punches and kicks, but Issei just dodged and stopped the blows as if it were nothing. Isaac would throw a surprise attack on the brown-haired boy's abdomen, but Issei would notice that and stop him with his right hand, but Isaac knew what would happen. He would throw another kick to his face, hitting Issei's neck. Ha 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 ha, I finally landed a hit on your neck. I hope it's broken, ha ha ha. Isaac laughed madly when he saw his foot on the brunette's neck. But I told you before, you're no good for warming up, Issei said calmly. Isaac and Asia would be surprised that Issei was alive after receiving that kick in the neck from Issei. Asia would be happy to see Issei alive, and Isaac would get even more furious. Damn you, why don't you die, Ag? He couldn't finish because Issei hit him in the abdomen, knocking all the air out of him. Give up, you can't beat me, Issei said calmly, looking at Isaac, who had his arms covering his abdomen. What strength it took all the air out of me. It was like receiving a blow full of Tuki from Serorg without me using my armor, said Isaac, feeling Issei's blow. I don't know if it was a good idea to cover my fist in Cosmos, Issei thought when he saw Isaac on his knees. And I gave him a weak blow, said Issei. DDDDDU, now I'll KK you, said Isaac, feeling another blow from Issei. Let's see what's going on here, said a girl behind the group. It was Sona from the student council, and next to her was Tsubaki. Nothing, President. I just came to see what was going on, and I saw Isaac and Asia-san arguing, but when Isaac was about to hit Asia-san, I stopped him and started to have a fight with Isaac that I ended up winning. Issei explained the situation, surprising Sona and Tsubaki. This boy defeated the Sekyuryutai barehanded without needing to have a sacred gear or use magic or Tuki, said Sona, surprised to see the boy. But what was that energy I felt before? It wasn't magic or demonic power or sacred power, but it was a bit similar to Tuki. The only thing I know is that I felt it in this place. Sona thought, but it would return in an instant. Well, by the way, what's your name? Sona said to Issei. My name is Issei, the new transfer student to this academy. It's a pleasure to meet you, said Issei. Nice to meet you, Issei-kun. I am the student council president Sona Citri, and the girl next to me is named Tsubaki Shinra, the vice president of the student council. Sona introduced herself. Hee, how uncomfortable, said Issei, feeling a hostile aura coming from Isaac. He was about to summon his gauntlet, but ding dong, ding dong. The bell would ring, indicating that the recess was over. Well, it would be better to go to my classroom. Come on, Asia-san, I know you feel uncomfortable, Issei said to the blonde. Why yes, Asia said, blushing. Damn you, Issei, I swear I'm going to kill you, Isaac thought angrily when he saw Issei accompanying Asia. President, do you think the energy we just felt came from that boy named Issei? Tsubaki said to Sona. It's unlikely, Tsubaki, since when we got here that energy was no longer felt, but I have my suspicions that Issei is responsible for that strange energy. After all, no human can land a blow that would make Isaac kneel, said Sona, concluding her hypothesis. After classes. Now we can see Issei walking through the school hallways with his backpack in hand. He was now looking at a door that said, Music Room. It seems there is no one, said Issei, seeing that there was no one around him, and there was no one inside either, just musical instruments. It's time, Issei said as he took out the same lyre he had at recess from his backpack. Let's see if I can do it, said Issei as he began to play his lyre. Where does that music come from? Said a blue-haired girl accompanied by a girl with long white hair and a brown-haired girl with pigtails. The girls were heading to where that music was going. What a beautiful melody! I feel an aura of peace when I hear it, said the white-haired woman. You're right, but I also feel sadness and death in that melody, Momo-san, Ruruko-san, said the purple-haired girl. Well, you're right, but it doesn't take away the fact that Tsubasa-san is beautiful, Ruruko said to the blue-haired girl. The girls would go to where that melody was coming from. When they arrived, they saw several students at the entrance of the music room door. They saw who was responsible. Wait, it's the new guy, said Tsubasa, watching Issei playing his lyre. He's the boy the president talked about, Ruruko said. Yeah, I didn't know I could play the lyre, Momo said, looking at Issei. The students just looked at Issei with admiration and respect as he played that beautiful melody. Although there was an air of sadness when listening to that melody, it was as if Issei wanted to release the sadness, which he achieved by playing that beautiful melody. When he finished playing, he felt great happiness and peace as he stopped playing the lyre. Applause. Issei would hear applause at the door of the classroom. There were the students of the academy applauding Issei for playing a beautiful melody. Oh damn, I didn't realize there were still students. I thought no one would listen to me, but I was wrong, said Issei as he put away his lyre. If you'll excuse me, Issei said to leave, but the students praised him, but a group of girls looked at him with blushing faces. Why do I blush when I hear him play? Tsubasa asked herself, blushing. I think the same, Momo and Ruruko said together. Why is my heart racing? The three girls asked themselves with blushing faces without knowing the reason. This is love? They both said, confused as they felt a warmth in their chest. The next day, after the show that Issei did, his reputation has increased to extraordinary levels, since many girls and boys gathered with him to know where he learned to use the lyre. He told them that his tutor from Greece had taught him to use the lyre, although it was not really to play in front of the public but to fight, a fact that Issei did not tell. The music teachers proposed to Issei to enter their music classes, although he politely declined. I'm lucky I have an umbrella, Issei said, opening his umbrella to protect himself from the rain. Now we find Issei at the entrance of the academy leaving, but it was raining a little hard. He was lucky to take an umbrella when he saw the sky covered in gray clouds. He was just running towards his house to rest after this crazy day. He walked to get there very calmly until he found something that caught his attention. Hey, Issei said, looking at a black figure. When he approached, he saw a black cat with yellow eyes that was on the ground with wounds. He just looked at the cat with some sadness until he decided to grab it. What kind of person would do something like that to you? Such a cute and tender cat shouldn't be here, Issei said, looking calmly at the cat. Issei just ran as fast as possible to heal the cat and got home without any problems. Issei's apartment. Now we find ourselves in Issei's apartment, which was a living room with white furniture, a black armchair with a small table and a television in front of it, and white tables with chairs of the same color, and a large window. Well, we're here, said Issei, entering the living room and leaving the cat on the couch. Stay here, I'll heal you, said Issei, going to the kitchen. Minutes later. That's it, Issei said with a smile. Now the cat had bandages all over his body. It seems you don't have a collar. You're probably a stray cat, but, Issei said. I'm going to adopt you. I don't want anyone to hurt you, Issei said with a smile, looking at the cat, and he only in response approached Issei to lie on his lap and purr. You are seriously very cute, or rather pretty, said Issei, petting the purring cat. I won't be alone anymore after leaving Greece, Issei thought. I wonder what moments will happen to me in the next few days. Will I find love and peace in this city? Issei said, looking out the window where it was still raining. Without knowing it, Issei would have the love of his life, and not just one love but several loves. Chapter 3, Issei's Harem. Rias Gremory. Akeno Himejima. Always Connected. Asia Silver. Zenobia IV. Irina Shido. Ross Weiss. Sona Citri. Shinra Tsubaki. Momo Hanakai. Nimura Ruruko. Tabesa Yura. Kuroka Hellcat. Nod. Prohibition. Ingviled Leviathan. Chapter 4, Bride? At night, in the occult club, Rias could be seen sitting at her desk looking at some documents. When she saw them, she only put on a slightly annoyed expression. The Phoenix clan wants to engage Isaac with Ravel. Another clan wants to engage Isaac in marriage. Does everyone want the power of the Securii? Rias said in annoyance at seeing another marriage proposal. This is what happens to me for letting my demon instincts get the better of me. I was stupid to reincarnate him in my servant, said Rias, annoyed by Isaac's attitude. You're not the only one, Rias, said a voice behind the door of the occult club. It was Sona Citri entering. Hey, what do you mean, Sona? Rias said, seeing Sona, who sat down on the club chair. My brother has a great affection for Isaac and he would not hesitate to kill whoever hurts him. Not even my brother will surely take us to Tartarus for believing that we no longer need Issei and Hannah. Saji is an exception. You can expel him as many times as you want, but I can't. I wish I wasn't a demon, to be a human and live a life without worries," said Rias, almost crying. "You're right, Rias. Isaac has the full support of Sercha-sama. It's as if he doesn't care about anything at all. He divorced Grafia-san just because he told him that she was harassing him. He currently lives with his younger sister. My mother has divorced my father for believing that he was cheating on her. The good thing is that they are fine," said Rias a little calmly. "That's right, you're right. Vanillana-sama and Grafia-san are far from that pervert," said Sona calmly. "By the way, I heard that Kuroka and Isaac had a little fight," Sona said seriously. "Yes, Isaac and Kuroka had a small fight because Isaac wanted to make Kaneko his, but Kuroka intervened and fought against Isaac but ended up losing. The worst thing is that he used his sword to kill Kuroka for interrupting his fun, but Kaneko helped her, but Kuroka received a strong cut causing a lot of bleeding. The good thing is that she escaped. The bad thing is that she did not return. I am too worried about her injuries," said Rias, a little worried about Kuroka. "Don't worry, she's strong and can get out of any situation," said Sona. "You're right," Rias said calmly. "So, I forgot to tell you one thing," said Sona. "What about?" Rias said. "Isaac hit Asia again," Sona said. "What, is she okay? Why didn't she tell me anything?" Rias said in shock. "Don't worry, someone stopped that idiot and put him in his place," said Sona, surprising Rias. "Really? Who is it?" Rias said curiously. "My name is Issei, a second-year student," said Sona, showing a picture of Issei. "Namaida Yori Emo Yasashi Ayudawa." A kind of lake is seen showing the reflection of the full moon. Kanashimi Yori Sono Nukumuriwa. A golden arrow is seen flying through the air until it reaches the stars. The scene of Issei standing on a hill looking at the moon changes. Sekai Jie Sana and Imo. Issei is seen at the sanctuary saying goodbye to Orpheus. Kandan and Kawara to wa Amawan Aikido. Issei is seen with his eyes closed, and he would open them showing a serious look. Shizuka and Yami Watokashite. Rias is seen sitting at her desk looking at a picture of her mother, and she starts to cry. Aruite Miyu to Oma. Kaneko is seen walking slowly through the corridors with a sad look, and the scene would change showing Issei's black cat looking at the city. Yukuri Demo Chikazukuru Kana. Vanillana and Grafua are seen in a forest. While militias were playing outside, that scene made the two smile and shed a tear. Yum no Keikura, Daisuki na hit. Asia is seen in her room looking at the moon in the window, and she just shed a tear when she saw it. Omoi Gaida Ai no Katachi wa. The silhouette of a figure is seen walking through a forest. The silhouette had a katana. Zuto Sagashurt Suzukit. A silhouette of a boy is seen walking in a field full of flowers, and behind him was an altar. Akaramuru Wake wa Hanesu Yori Emo. Akeno is seen crying at her mother's grave, and then getting up. Dikirakoto wa Kazora ho Jie tu yo ni. A girl with orange hair and eyes of the same color is seen. She was wearing the uniform of the Kwa Academy. She was walking towards the academy while having a blank look. Tsimazuka Koto Emoat. Ross Weiss is seen walking through the halls of the academy, and would stop to look at the full moon. The scene of Zenobia training changes but would stop to get on her knees and start crying. Furikiza and Inat. A girl with long white hair and yellow eyes is seen. She was looking at a photo of a woman carrying two babies. Sordemo Mau Kamatanda. She was crying and would look up at the moon. Guru Mawaru, Chikuji. Issei is seen wearing the Orpheus armor walking in a forest. Kuru Kawaru, Jiken. Issei would stop and see Rias crying. Sekai no hate and Aiwa. He would approach her. Rias noticing Issei, she would smile and hug him. Yorikobi knows Saki and I. Yumwa. They both stopped hugging and were then surrounded by flower petals. End of the opening. The next day, Issei could be seen waking up from his sleep. the sun touched Issei's face as a sign that he would wake up. What he didn't realize was that the black cat was under his blanket lying on his toned torso. "Were you scared?" Issei said upon seeing the cat. "Okay, fine, I'll let you stay in my bed this time," Issei said, petting the cat. "Well, time to get up and go to the academy," Issei said, getting up. Minutes later, Issei was seen wearing the Qua Academy uniform and preparing to leave. "Well, time to go see Yukuro Neko," said Issei, saying goodbye to the cat in front of him. He would close the door, and the cat was now alone. "What an interesting boy," thought the cat when he saw Issei. Qua Academy. Issei could be seen entering the academy. The girls talked behind his back about how handsome he was, how chivalrous, and other positive words directed at Issei. The boys just got jealous when they saw Issei because he received the attention of all the girls in the academy. Suddenly he heard screams of women and men. Issei saw on his left side 2 boys being chased by a group of girls who had wooden swords. Issei, seeing that, just smiled at how funny the situation was, but he would leave that thought aside because he would dodge the 2 boys, but they fell by accident. "Now yes, we have them," said 2 girls about to hit the 2 boys, but Issei would stop the wooden swords, impressing the 2 girls. "You know it's bad to hit people with wooden swords, right?" Issei said in an amused tone. "I'm sorry, Issei-kun," both girls said when they saw Issei. "Now, tell me why you were chasing these 2 guys, Murayama-san and Keitei-san," said Issei. "You may not know it, but they are considered the perverted trio in this academy. They come every day to spy on us when the club changes clothes," Murayama said, pointing at the 2 boys. "Is that true?" Issei said in a calm tone. "Why yes, we're sorry," the 2 boys said, kneeling down. "Oh, I'm not even going to believe it," said Keitei. "Hey, how about you let it go this time?" Issei said in a calm tone, surprising the 2 girls. "Hey, why would we let it go this time?" Murayama said angrily. "How about for almost hitting me by accident?" said Issei, smiling, making the 3 girls blush. "Well, okay, but next time you won't be saved," said Keitei, and the 2 left blushing. "You're lucky I saved your skin, Matsuda and Motohama," Issei said when he saw the duo of boys. "Yes, thank you very much," they both said. "Now that I think about it, Murayama-san said that you are the trio of perverts, but I see that you are just the 2 of you," said Issei, looking at the duo of perverts. "Oh, I think you mean Isaac. The bastard ran away and left us to our fate," Motohama said angrily. "Isaac? You mean the boy in our class?" Issei said. "Yes, that one," said Matsuda. "Could you tell me everything about him, at lunchtime?" Issei said seriously, and the 2 boys nodded. And the academy bell rang. 2 hours later, Issei could be seen sitting on the bench in his classroom. In the background he saw the perverted duo approaching him. "Well, Issei-kun, you wanted to know everything about Isaac Hayatu, right?" said Matsuda. "Yes," said Issei. "Well, he couldn't finish because he would be interrupted by a blonde boy." "Sorry to bother you, but there's a boy named Issei," said a boy with blonde hair and blue eyes wearing the full Qua Academy uniform. "Yes, I'm here. What do you need?" said Issei, approaching the blonde. "The president of the occult club asked me to take you to the club," said the blonde to Issei, leaving those present surprised. "Well, let's go," said Issei, and the boy nodded. Outside the academy, the 2 boys could be seen outside the academy. In front of them was a small building. "This is the occult club," said the boy, but he would stop. "Oh, sorry for not introducing myself before. My name is Kiba Yuto," said the boy named Kiba. "Nice to meet you. Issei called me, just Issei." Issei introduced himself. "Likewise, Issei-kun," said Kiba. The 2 entered the occult club. Kiba would open the door of the club, revealing a group of students, mostly girls. "Are you Issei?" said Rias, looking at Issei. "Yes," Issei said, nodding and taking a seat. Next to him was Kaneko, eating cookies. "Very Issei, Rias Grumry calls me," said Rias, introducing herself. "The girl next to me is called Akeno Himejima," Rias said, introducing Akeno. "Nice to meet you, Issei-kun," said Akeno with her typical smile. "Nice to meet you, Rias-senpai, Akeno-senpai," said Issei. The girl next to you is called Kaneko Tuju, and the boy next to you is Gasper Vladi, said Rias, introducing Kaneko and Gasper. Nice to meet you, Issei-senpai, both Kohai said to Issei. The blonde girl is called Asia Argento, maybe you already know her, said Rias, introducing Asia. And nice to meet you, Issei-san, said Asia. The girl with blue hair and a green streak is called Zenobia Quarta, said Rias, introducing Zenobia. Nice to meet you, Issei, said Zenobia. You already know the white-haired woman, Rias said, pointing at Raswise. Yes, she's my teacher, Raswise-sensei, said Issei, looking at Raswise, and the teacher just greeted Issei. Well, Rias-senpai, why did you want to call me? Issei said seriously when he saw the demon. I just wanted to thank you for saving Issei from the boy who tried to hit her, Rias said, thanking Issei, and the brown-haired boy just smiled at that. It was nothing, I wouldn't stand idly by seeing a pretty girl being attacked, Issei said, blushing to Asia. I thank you very much, Issei. Now if... He couldn't finish because he saw Issei looking at the chessboard. Would you like to play a game of chess? Rias said, smiling. With pleasure, said Issei, getting ready. Issei would take the white pieces and Rias the black pieces. The two began to play. 20 minutes later. Rias could be seen thoughtful, and Issei just looked at the board and then said, I give up, Rias said, impressed to the members of the occult club. Hee good game, Rias-senpai, said Issei, smiling. Awesome, Issei, I didn't know you were so good at chess, Rias said, surprised. My teacher taught me how to play chess, he was a good chess player, said Issei. At that moment the academy bell rang. Oh, it seems the bell has already rung. If you'll excuse me, I'm going to my classroom, Issei said as he left. See you, Issei, said Rias, saying goodbye to Issei. Outside the club. For demons they are really nice, said Issei, walking. At night. Issei could be seen eating while thinking about the club members. How strange, for being demons they are not so selfish. I thought they would be arrogant and rude, but no, they are really nice. I thought the Grammary heiress was proud, but she is a very good girl, said Issei, smiling, but he would put on a serious smile. But I can't let my guard down, said Issei. Since he left the room he felt a very strong dragonic aura, showing anger and jealousy. Okay, time to forget about this and go to sleep, Issei said as he went to sleep. The next day. In the morning. The sun was rising to set in its rightful place. Outside was Issei wearing a red sleeveless shirt, blue pants, and red shoes. The brunette was jogging. I will become stronger, so I will become a powerful knight, said Issei, trotting. But Issei would stop when he saw a familiar boy, who was training under a bridge. Issei saw that the boy was Kiba Yudo, training with a wooden sword. Wow, I didn't expect to meet you in the morning, Issei said, scared to Kiba. Issei-kun? Said Kiba, surprised. I didn't expect to find you here in the morning, especially training and with a sword, Issei said, smiling. Why yes, Kiba said nervously. You know, you remind me of a certain boy who never stopped training to become a great swordsman, said Issei. Really? Said Kiba. Yes, he trained hard without rest. He wanted to be a swordsman who wanted to surpass his master, said Issei, remembering a black-haired boy. That boy must be very good with his back, Kiba said, smiling. Yes, you're right, but he doesn't train with a sword, he does it with his own bare hand, said Issei, surprising Kiba. Really? It must be very painful for him, said Kiba. Yes, you're right, but he puts up with it as if it were the most normal thing, Issei said, smiling. Well, if you excuse me, I'll keep training, and don't worry, I won't tell anyone what you were training about, Issei said as he left. Thank you, Issei-kun, said Kiba, thanking Kiba. In the afternoon, Issei could be seen in the classroom thinking a bit. Will the shrine be okay? Issei said, thinking about his home, but his thoughts would be interrupted by two girls. Issei-kun, if you don't mind, would you like to join us for lunch? Said Murayama. If you don't mind, said Keitase. Honestly, I wouldn't mind, Issei said, standing up from his seat. Outside the academy. Say Issei-kun, said Murayama, feeding Issei, and the brown-haired boy ate the piece of food. You cook very well, Murayama-san, said Issei, blushing the girl. Thank you, Issei-kun, said Murayama happily. Hey, don't forget my Issei-kun, said Keitase, also feeding Issei. You cook well too, Keitase-san, said Issei, blushing at Keitase too. By the way, why are you guys doing this? Said Issei. Just our compensation for accidentally trying to hit you, Murayama said. Me too, said Keitase. Okay, fine, Issei said as if nothing had happened. You really are so cute, they both said in a low voice. What? Said Issei. And nothing, they both said, blushing. Hours later, Issei was walking through the streets of Kwa. Learning at the academy is very interesting. At the shrine I had to learn almost on my own. Leaving that aside, Rias Gremory has made her move and Sona Citri hasn't made any move, and Nat saw how I left the current Security on his knees. Rias Senpai is very interested in me, not only because I defeated her in chess, also because I left her pawn on his knees. I hope she doesn't make me her servant, although I doubt it very much. Issei thought about everything that had happened at the academy despite the short time. Issei was walking on a bridge thinking, but his thoughts would be interrupted by someone. Excuse me, are you Issei from Kwa Academy? Said a black-haired girl. She had violet eyes. She was wearing the uniform of an academy that Issei didn't know. If it's me, do you need something from me? Said Issei. Yes, could you go out with me? Said the girl, blushing. Hey, why? Said Issei. Hey, you, since you arrived I felt something in my chest. I don't know what it is. I realized it's love. Please go out with me, said the girl, and Issei thought. Okay, I'll go out with you. After all, I'm free on Sunday, Issei said, smiling. So do you agree to go out with me? The girl said happily. Yes, miss. By the way, what's your name? Said Issei. Yuma Amano, said the girl named Yuma. Well, Yuma, I'll wait for you at the plaza at 1 p.m., said Issei. Yes, said Yuma to leave. Seriously, why does that fallen angel want to go out with me? To kill time or what? Issei thought doubtfully. Well, time to go home. I have to feed Kuro, Issei said to leave. What he didn't know was that he was being watched by a white-haired girl. Sunday. Issei could be seen standing waiting for Yuma. He was dressed in a black shirt and gray sweatshirt, black pants and red shoes. I arrived early. This is my first date with a beautiful girl. I hope to cheer her up, and if she reveals herself as a fallen angel I will ask her for information, said Issei. He saw next to him was a brown-haired girl dressed in cosplay. Your wish will come true, said the girl, handing a paper to Issei. Thank you, said Issei, grabbing the paper. Issei saw the paper and just smiled. Despite being demons, you want to help me, don't you? Said Issei, looking at the paper. Issei put away the paper and saw Yuma, who was running towards Issei. I arrived on time, said Yuma. Wow, I didn't expect you to be early, Issei said. I didn't even expect to see you here so early, Yuma said, smiling. Well, let's go to our date, miss, Issei said, smiling. Yes, said Yuma happily. Note, the quote would be the same as the anime. The two arrived at a sort of raffle where the winner would win 2 passes to eat at a buffet restaurant. Seeing this, Issei decided to participate. Okay, so if I sing 2 songs I'll win the prize, said Issei, and the owner nodded and Issei started singing. I'm hurting, baby, I'm broken down. I need your loving, I need it now. When I'm without you, I'm something weak. You got me begging, I'm on my knees. I don't want to be needing your love. I just want to be deep in your love. And it's killing me when you're away. Ooh, baby. 'Cause I really don't care where you are. I just want to be there where you are. And I gotta get one little taste. Your sugar. Yes, please. Won't you come and put it down on me? I'm right here 'cause I need little love and little sympathy. Yeah, you show me good loving. Make it alright. Need a little sweetness in my life. Your sugar. Yes, please. Won't you come and put it down on me? My broken pieces. You pick them up. Don't leave me hanging. Come give me some. When I'm without ya. I'm so insecure. You are the one thing I'm living for. I don't want to be needing your love. I just want to be deep in your love. And it's killing me when you're away. Ooh, baby. 'Cause I really don't care where you are. I just want to be there where you are. And I gotta get one little taste. Your sugar. Yes, please. Won't you come and put it down on me? I'm right here 'cause I need little love and little sympathy. Yeah, you show me good loving. Make it alright. Need a little sweetness in my life. Your sugar. Yes, please. Won't you come and put it down on me? Yeah. I want that red velvet. I want that sugar sweet. Don't let nobody touch it. Unless that somebody's me. I gotta be a man. There ain't no other way. 'Cause girl, you're hotter than Southern California Bay. I don't wanna play no games. I don't gotta be afraid. Don't give all that shy shit. No makeup on, that's my sugar. Yes, please. Won't you come and put it down on me? Oh, right here. 'Cause I need little love and little sympathy. Yeah, you show me good loving. Make it alright. Need a little sweetness in my life. Your sugar. Yes, please. Won't you come and put it down on me? Your sugar. Yes, please. Won't you come and put it down on me? I'm right here 'cause I need little love and little sympathy. Yeah, you show me good loving. Make it alright. Need a little sweetness in my life. Your sugar. Yes, please. Won't you come and put it down on me? Down on me. Everyone was impressed by how Issei sang. Second song, said the owner, and Issei sang again. Everybody. Rock your body. Everybody. Rock your body right. Backstreet's back alright. Oh my god, we're back again. Brothers, sisters, everybody sing. We're gonna bring the flavor, show you how. I've got a question for ya. Better answer now. Am I original? Yeah. Am I the only one? Yeah. Am I sexual? Yeah. Am I everything you need? You better rock your body now. Everybody. Rock your body. Everybody. Rock your body right. Backstreet's back alright. Now throw your hands up in the air. And wave them around like you just don't care. If you wanna party, let me hear you yell. 'Cause we've got it going on again. Am I original? Yeah. Am I the only one? Yeah. Am I sexual? Yeah. Am I everything you need? You better rock your body now. Everybody. Rock your body. Everybody. Rock your body right. Backstreet's back alright. Everybody. Rock your body. Everybody. Rock your body right. Backstreet's back alright. Everybody. Rock your body. Everybody. Rock your body right. Backstreet's back alright. Amazing, we have a winner! Shouted the owner, and Issei was given the passes. You're good at singing, I didn't know you could sing so well, Yuma said, smiling. And that's the first time I sing, said Issei, surprising Yuma. Minutes later. The two were now in the park, the sun was about to set. It was a great date, said Yuma. I think the same, it was a great date, said Issei. Issei, before you go, can I ask you a favor? Said Yuma, and Issei nodded. Could you die for me? Said Yuma, and Issei just stayed serious. Sorry, I can't do that, and can I ask you why fallen angel? Said Issei seriously. Oh, so you know about the supernatural world, said Yuma. Yuma's clothes began to tear, replacing her clothes with a revealing black outfit. A pair of wings grew on the girl's back. Impressed human? Said Yuma. The truth is a little. Now tell me who sent you to watch or kill me, said Issei seriously looking at Yuma. My master asked me to kill you in the worst way. I've heard that humans are hurt more easily by breaking their hearts. My master and I like to psychologically damage humans. Their faces are really funny, haha. Yuma laughed the last. And who is your master? Issei said seriously. Look, human. Yuma showed a dragon-shaped mark on his right thigh. As I suspected, that aura wasn't my imagination, Issei thought when he saw that mark. So your master is the current Sekiryutai? That means you are one of the Sekiryutai couples, right? Issei said seriously looking at Yuma. That's right, I'm one of the Sekiryutai's partners, and it's not just me, there are two more. Well, I talk too much. Yuma would create a spear of light with his hand. Goodbye, Issei, it was great spending time with you, but I am the property of the Sekiryutai and I cannot betray him, and besides I love him. Yuma launched the spear of light and... Clack. Chapter 5, Issues. The sound of something breaking was heard throughout the park. Yuma watched the scene in surprise, seeing how one of her spears of light was broken with a single blow. She saw how that boy named Issei, surrounded by a white aura, broke his spear of light. What's wrong? Didn't you tell me you were going to kill me? Issei said, mocking Issei. TSK, don't get too confident because you broke one of my spears of light. This time I'll kill you. Yuma shouted to create another spear of light and throw it at Issei. But Issei would cover his body with cosmos and break the spear of light. The fall would create another spear of light to throw at Issei, but Issei would destroy them. Damn you, because you don't die at once! Yuma shouted as he began to summon several spears of light. Take this, human, my final attack! Yuma shouted to throw all the spears of light in the direction of Issei. Issei was looking very serious. He was destroying and dodging each spear of light that was heading towards Issei. That action made Yuma angry. Very good attack, but you didn't hit me because you were blinded by anger. Now it's my turn to attack, said Issei seriously. Meanwhile, in Issei's apartment there was a certain black cat lying on the sofa. The cat was looking at the door as if waiting for someone. That boy named Issei Naya is taking a long time. I wanted to play with him, but I had something to do, if only. The cat fell silent upon sensing an aura familiar to her. This presence, it won't be that damn Isaac sent one of his toys to kill someone. If only I could go and prevent the murder, but with my injuries I can't, Naya. The cat thought angrily. I hope Rias-chan, Chiron and the others arrive before. His thoughts were again interrupted because a light would illuminate in the boy's apartment. What the hell, Naya? Thought the cat when he saw the light. The cat went to the source of the light, which was in Issei's room. The cat saw that the box was what produced that almost blinding light. Is that box producing that strange light? Thought the cat as she saw the light. The light began to dim and the box began to open, and what she saw left her surprised. Inside that box was a stop, that's it. Thought the cat as she saw the contents of the box in disbelief. The strange artifact began to float and then flew away at maximum speed. That boy won't be. The cat thought in disbelief. In the park. Are you making fun of me? Said Yuma, seeing Issei, who was in a fighting stance. Die once and for the sake of my master! Yuma shouted to throw a spear of light, but her throw would be interrupted because a light blinded her. Yuma opened her eyes slightly, saw above where the light was coming from. What she saw shocked her, and Issei just smiled. Above the night was a kind of giant silver lyre, with yellow stripes and strings in the middle. What is that? Yuma said in shock. Wow, I didn't expect my armor to appear, so you want your wearer to die. Well, come at me, lyre cloth. Issei shouted the last thing. The lyre approached Issei and began to separate into pieces. The armor parts began to gather around Issei, forming a beautiful silver armor with a lyre equipped. Yuma was shocked when he saw this. Wait, you are a knight of Athena, said Yuma, surprised to see Issei. Oh, so Issei is a knight in service to Athena-sama. I didn't expect that, Naya. The cat thought happily, wagging his tail from side to side. What are you surprised about, Yuma? I only equipped my armor to fight, said Issei. Impossible, what is a knight of Athena doing here? They are supposed to guard the sanctuary, said Yuma, surprised. Let's just say I have some unfinished business in this city, and besides, you shouldn't let your guard down for a moment, Issei said, appearing in front of Yuma and punching him in the abdomen. Ayag, Yuma grunted in pain. Damn, Yuma said in pain. So you see, I am compassionate with you. I will play a requiem just for you, the string requiem, Issei said in a calm tone, leaving Yuma in shock, and he would begin to play the lyre. 2:12 to 3:07. Issei would play a beautiful but sad requiem at the same time. Some strings began to grow from Issei's lyre. The strings began to tie themselves all over Yuma's body. Yuma groaned in pain as he felt the ropes pressing all over his body. T10T, said Yuma, enduring the pain of the strings. I told you I would be compassionate with you, and I am doing it. I am playing a requiem in your last moments. Now die, fallen angel, Issei said seriously as he touched a string on his lyre, and it began to vibrate. Yuma started to get even more enraged. He was going to die for that human. He was going to kill him. Now he was killing her as if it was nothing. Yuma just closed his eyes waiting for his end, but... Slash. The ropes that were tying Yuma up were cut. Issei saw that Yuma was freeing himself from the ropes, but as he freed himself he fell to his knees from the pain of the ropes. Issei saw up in the sky a red armor familiar to him, and Yuma. Master! Said Yuma, happy to see his master. I was wondering when you would show up to save your toy, Sekyuryudia, said Issei, looking at the armor. Wow, look how they left you, Reincarnation. I thought you were going to be finished, but I see that I was finishing you off. You're useless, said the guy in armor to the fallen angel. I am not, master. I follow your orders without any problem. Besides, you haven't told me that he was a knight of Athena, said Yuma, or rather Reincarnation, pointing at Issei. I thought he was an ordinary human without any special abilities, but it seems I was wrong. As for you, Knight of Athena, what are you doing here in my territory? The guy said to Issei. Your territory? Isn't that supposed to be Rias Gremry and Sona Citri's territory? Issei said. That was before, now I rule this territory. The Mao Lucifer gave me the territory of that useless woman and that Four Eyes, the guy said arrogantly. Well, if you excuse me, I'll get out of here. You're lucky we didn't fight, otherwise I would have finished you in a second, said the guy to grab Yuma. Goodbye, Knight of Athena. If you mess with my females again, my sister and I will finish you off in an instant, said the guy, flying away, leaving Issei alone. So Yuma, no Reincarnation tricked me to kill me and please her master, Issei said calmly. Reincarnation, you were the prettiest way to waste time, Issei said in a serious and low tone, and would leave the place. Minutes later. Issei was without his armor. Arriving at his apartment, he would sit on his sofa to rest, and the black cat approached Issei. Ah, it's Yukuro. Sorry if I'm a little late, I just had a little conflict, Issei said to the cat. Yes, of course, a little conflict, Naya, the cat thought to Issei. You know I love you well, I don't know how to tell you, after all you are a cat. Sorry if I'm rude to you, said Issei nervously and embarrassed. I'm all ears, Naya, thought the cat to Issei. Well, on my date my partner tried to kill me because he wanted to please his master. My partner was a fallen angel, his master was a dragon, Issei said to the cat. Wait, fallen angel, dragon, that damn Isaac sent one of his toys to kill you. I'll never forgive him in my life, the angry cat thought. He even made growls that put Issei on alert. Hey, are you okay? Issei said to the cat, and he only calmed down when he heard Issei's voice. Well, as I was saying, she would stop me from killing to please her master. That made me really sad. I've never felt this feeling. So this is what they call breaking your heart. It really is so painful. The worst of all, I had someone to spend my life with. I thought I'd found someone to spend the rest of my life with, but no. She hurt my heart, Issei said seriously, and was about to shed tears. Your happy lie became my sad truth, Issei said, shedding tears. The cat, seeing this, just started to cry, even though his tears weren't visible, only his eyes were shining. Well, I'll go to sleep, I have classes tomorrow, Issei said as he changed and went to sleep. Issei was now lying in his bed, deep in thought. The black cat, seeing him, climbed onto his bed to keep him company. Hey Kuro, do you really want to keep me company? Issei said, and the cat just purred in Issei's face. If so, fine, Issei said, and the cat lay down on his chest. You know, you're the only one who's listened to me until I finish. That makes me happy. If you were a girl, I'd go out with you without hesitation, hee. Issei said, smiling, and the cat's eyes began to shine. Issei was about to fall asleep to go to the academy, but the cat just looked at Issei, and he just nodded confidently. The cat's body started to light up, and in the morning, the sun rose, waking up all the inhabitants of Kwa. The chestnut tree, feeling the sun's rays hit him, woke up in an instant. Well, another day, Issei said, getting up, but felt something extra heavy on his chest. At first he thought it was his cat lying on his chest, but it was heavier. Issei took off the sheet. What he saw shocked him. He saw a woman with long black hair, yellow eyes. She had cat ears, 2 cat tails, and a black kimono with red stripes and a yellow ribbon on her waist. Wait, what's a girl doing in my bed? I've never been out with another girl besides the fallen angel. First, I have to wake her up and ask who she is, Issei said calmly. Issei would wake the girl up and she would wake up. She looked at Issei with a smile. Good morning, Naya, said the mysterious girl. Good morning. Would you be so kind as to ask, who are you and what are you doing in my bed? Said Issei. You're very bad, Naya, my J. Remember, I'm the cat you rescued, and take care, said the girl, pretending a sad tone. Are you telling me that you are Kuro, the cat I picked up? Issei said. Exactly, Naya, said the girl. I was wondering when you would appear, said Issei, surprising Kuroka. Did you know about my identity? The girl said. Yes, when I picked you up I felt a yokai aura inside you, said Issei. But about before, said the girl. I was just playing along, to see if you weren't pulling my leg or if someone ordered you to kill me. Besides, you should hide your aura, Issei said to the girl. Well, I thought you were a normal human, but actually you're not. You're someone with such great power. But the most surprising thing is that you're a knight of Athena, a being who has the power to destroy mountains without problems, said the girl. So you know a little about the cosmos, Issei said to the girl. Cosmos? The girl said, confused. It's a bit difficult to explain, but we're getting a bit off topic, Issei said. Oh, that's right. Nice to meet you. My name is Kuroka Hellcat, a Yukai Nakomata, a Nekashu, said the girl named Kuroka. Well, hello Kuroka, you must know my name, right? Issei said as he went to the bathroom. Exactly, your name is Issei Naya, said Kuroka. Well, now if you allow me to take a bath, I have to go to the academy, said Issei. Okay, Naya, said Kuroka. What she didn't know was that she had something planned. Her first phase was to take off her kimono and head to the bathroom. In the bathroom, Issei was cleaning himself. He was thinking a little. I have manifested my cosmos everywhere. I'm sure Rias and Sona won't overlook that. They will look for the person responsible for who manifested that aura. If they find out who I am, I'm sure they will take me to the underworld and tell them all about me. They will think I'm a spy for the sanctuary or some other misunderstanding. I need to hide my cosmos, but the problem will be the Sekiryutai and the fallen angels under his command. What will I do? Issei thought seriously as he thought about the small problem he has gotten himself into. If he does an improper action, he could endanger the sanctuary. The first thing will be to calm down, said Issei. Out of nowhere, the bathroom door, Issei saw something that left him a little blushed. Hey Kuroka, what are you doing? Said Issei, keeping his seriousness. What do you think? I'll go with you, Naya, said Kuroka. I was about to leave, said Issei. Oh, come on, Naya, said Kuroka. Kuroka placed her breasts on Issei's back. The brunette only blushed more at the Nakomata's action. Hey, said Issei, trying to endure Kuroka's action. What's wrong? Can't you stand it, Naya? Said Kuroka. Oh, come on, don't resist. I know you want to do it with me. Hey, how about we make kittens? Said Kuroka. Kittens? You mean, Issei said, understanding Kuroka's words. Exactly, let's make love, Kuroka said in a seductive tone. I'm sorry, but I'm running late, Issei said before leaving, but not before releasing Kuroka's grip, and she pouted at that. Issei, now out of the bathroom, would dress his uniform but not before seeing Kuroka. "Aren't you going to leave?" Issei said, looking at Kuroka. "Why, Naya," said Kuroka. "You don't have a place to go or see a family member?" Issei said. "Well, yes, I have a family member. He's my only family, but," said Kuroka, stopping the last thing. "Well, I think we'll leave this conversation for later," Issei said, leaving Kuroka alone in her apartment. "The truth, I don't want to leave this place. I want to be with you forever, but I can't leave Chiron with that guy. If only I were stronger," said Kuroka, annoyed. With Issei, the brown-haired boy would arrive at the academy without any problem. Issei would have his normal classes as always, and recess would start before then. Issei would visit someone. "Hello, is anyone here?" Issei said, opening the main door of the occult club. "Oh, it's you, Issei," said Rias, watching Issei enter. Era Issei-kun, I didn't expect to see you," said Akeno, looking at Issei. "Well, since I had nothing to do, I thought I'd check them out," Issei said. "Don't worry, it's fine. After all, I didn't have anything to do either. How about we play a game of chess?" Rias said to Issei. "With pleasure, senpai," said Issei, accepting the chess game. Issei and Rias would be playing chess for 20 minutes. "You've improved, Rias senpai," said Issei, moving a knight piece. "Thank you, Issei-kun," said Rias, moving a pawn piece. "How delicious Akeno-san tea," said Issei, drinking Akeno's tea. Thank you, Issei-kun," Akeno said, thanking Issei. "Tell me, Issei, what is Greece like?" Rias said curiously. "It's a wonderful place worth visiting," said Issei, moving a bishop. "Seriously, I'd like to go someday," Rias said, moving a pawn. "If you ever think about visiting Greece, don't hesitate to call me. I'll be your guide, hee," said Issei, moving a pawn. "Well, I'll be in your hands when I think about going to Greece," Rias said. Likewise, Rias. Issei would be interrupted by someone. "Hello, Rias and Akeno, my beautiful fiancés, how are you?" Isaac couldn't finish because he saw Issei playing chess with Rias. "Look who we have here, that useless guy who almost broke my neck," Isaac said to Issei. "Isaac, please don't treat my guests like that," Rias said to Isaac. "Oh, what? Remember that I'm in charge here. You don't have those 4 eyes that can do anything," Isaac said arrogantly. "As for you, I order you to get out of here and never step foot here again, or I'll kill you," Isaac said, threatening Issei, and he just stayed silent and started to move a king piece. "Rias senpai, we haven't finished our chess game. Could you please continue?" Issei said, ignoring Isaac's threat, and Rias was just surprised by Issei's action. "Why, yes," Rias said, nervously moving a rook piece. "Hey, don't ignore me!" Isaac said angrily, and Issei just continued playing chess, ignoring Isaac's words. "Damn it, stop ignoring me!" Isaac said to an angrier, and Issei only moved 1 rook. "You've got me fed up, bastard!" Isaac shouted furiously, and just dodged Isaac's punch like it was nothing. Issei grooms a knight piece and then knocks down a pawn piece. "IG give up," Rias said nervously. "Wow, I didn't expect him to give up. I think he was going to defeat me this time," Issei said calmly, ignoring Isaac's angry face. "I'm not giving up because Isaac, my fiancé, is very angry," Rias said nervously. "Who is only you, me and Akeno-san?" said Issei, without knowing that this action made Isaac even more furious. "Issei-kun, Rias means the boy next to her." Issei saw the Chinese man next to him, and saw that Isaac was completely furious with Issei. "Oh, sorry, I hadn't seen you, since I don't talk to arrogant people," said Issei, looking at Isaac. "You'll get on my nerves, Dai!" Isaac shouted furiously and started hitting Issei. But Issei dodged Isaac's blow, and in response he hit him so hard in the face that he was knocked unconscious. Rias and Akeno were shocked to see how Issei left Isaac. "You are seriously very rude to guests," said Issei, sipping his tea as if nothing had happened. "Well, with your permission, I'm leaving Rias senpai, Akeno-san," said Issei, saying goodbye to Rias and Akeno. Likewise, Issei/kun. Both girls said saying goodbye to Issei, and he would leave alone. "Issei knocked Isaac out like it was nothing," Rias said. That's true, President. No one has knocked Isaac unconscious. He must have tremendous strength, Akeno said. What do we do, President? Said Akeno. It would be best to leave him. We don't know anything about him. We don't even know if he has any powers. If he is an ally of the Chaos Brigade, we will not hesitate to attack. For now, nothing. Let's leave him alone, said Rias, and Akeno just nodded. Outside the club. Issei could be seen walking outside the club, but he would bump into a white-haired girl. Oh, I'm sorry, Issei-senpai, Kaneko said. No, sorry too, Issei said, apologizing, and then walked away without knowing that Kaneko was staring at her. Issei-senpai, it has a bit of Ne-sama smell. Could it be that Nisama is with Issei-senpai? Kaneko said, looking at Issei. In the afternoon, Issei could be seen playing arcade machines. It's been a while since I played arcade games, said Issei, finishing playing. Well, it's time to go home, Issei said, to leave without knowing that he was being watched by someone. Issei just walked quietly. He was very thoughtful. Kuroka, what did you mean by wanting to stay with me but couldn't leave your sister? Issei thought as he remembered Kuroka's words. As he closed the door to his apartment, he heard Kuroka say those words. Do you have a problem? Does someone have your sister locked up somewhere? Who is the bastard who tried to hurt you and your sister? Issei thought, understanding Kuroka's words. Now that I think about it, I found Kuroka hurt, on the ground and in the rain. What happened to you? Issei said seriously. But his thoughts would be interrupted when he felt 3 auras behind him. Trusting his instincts, he jumped to the right side. Issei saw that in the place where he was, 3 spears of light of different colors were nailed. Okay, who are they this time? Issei said, and saw that the sky had turned purple. Oh, you know how to sense presences, said a female voice. So this is the boy, Reincarnation said. Another female voice said, but it was a little childish. He's no big deal, said a male voice. Issei saw 3 fallen angels on top of a tree. The first was a man with black hair and a beard. He was wearing a black trench coat that covered his entire body, a hat that matched his clothes. The second was a woman with long dark blue hair. She was wearing a dark red dress that was almost revealing. The third was a blonde girl. Her hair was tied in 2 pigtails. She was wearing a maid outfit. Only girls have the aura of the Security. Issei thought as he felt the auras of the Security surrounding his body. Who are you? Issei said seriously. So these are your last words before you die. I'll gladly tell them to you so you remember the name of the one who killed you, said the only man, creating a spear of blue light. My name is Danasek, said the man called Danasek to Issei. I have no other choice. My name is Calawarner, said the blue-haired woman to the name Calawarner. My name is Midlet, said the girl named Midlet. So you, like Reincarnation, sent me to kill myself, Issei said, preparing himself. That's right, said Calawarner. And I'm sure the one who sent them to kill me is the current Security, right? Said Issei. It's true, my master is the Security. This mark confirms it, said Calawarner, revealing the same mark that Reincarnation had. She's not the only one, Midlet said, showing the same mark. So you are the other couples of the Security, said Issei, looking at the 2 fallen angels, and they nodded. And what about the other one? Issei said, pointing at Donasek. Let's just say that he accompanied them on my master's orders, the fallen angel said to Issei. Okay, enough talk, it's time to die, human, said Donasek, throwing his light spear, and the 2 girls would do the same. But Issei would dodge the spears by doing a somersault. It seems I have no other option but to fight, Issei said seriously, and his body began to emanate cosmos. So that boy is the bearer of that strange aura, Calawarner said. Issei's body began to light up, leaving the fallen angels blinded for a moment. Now Issei had on the liar armor. So Reincarnation wasn't lying about that boy being a knight of Athena, said Danasek, looking at Issei. You're right, but that doesn't matter. Let's kill him, Calawarner said, and the others nodded. They won't, Issei said seriously, and started playing the lyre. The fallen angels suddenly began to stop. Issei's body was beginning to emanate a calm, warm, white aura. What beautiful music, said Calawarner upon hearing the melody. What a beautiful melody! I feel like I'm back in heaven, said Midlet. It's very beautiful. I feel like the urge to kill him has disappeared. I think wait no, he doesn't remember your mission, said Donaseek. Hey, don't forget our goal! Donaseek shouted to the two girls and they retrieved the computer. That's true, we must not fail the security, said Calawarner. True, said Midlet. I knew you would do that, Issei said, playing the lyre. Die, human! Donaseek shouted, preparing his light spear, and his followers would do the same, but. What's going on? Donaseek said as he saw several petals and rays surrounding the fallen angels. The fallen began to feel pain, not only physical but also psychological. Nocturne of Strings, Issei said the name of his technique. The fallen began to feel pain throughout their bodies. The attack was so strong that it sent the fallen flying. Agig! The fallen screamed in pain and began to fall violently from the ground. Issei would stop playing the lyre and look at the fallen. You should think twice before attacking me, said Issei, looking at the fallen. Elsewhere, Isaac could be seen watching from a magic circle the place where the fallen and Issei were. He wanted to look at Issei's face of despair and suffering, but he did the opposite, discarding despair in humiliation. What a bunch of idiots, they can't do a single job properly, Isaac said angrily. What happened, Isaac? Your dear Reincarnation has been knocked unconscious after sleeping with you, said Hannah, entering Isaac's room. No, it's much worse, Isaac said angrily. Hannah saw the magic circle and saw the scene of the fallen defeated by Issei of the lyre. Oh, a knight of Athena-sama, I never thought I'd see one with my own eyes, said Hannah, looking at Issei. Seriously, I want to kill him with my own hands, Isaac said furiously. And how will you do it? Athena's knights are powerful warriors. You wouldn't stand a chance against one. Not even I could fight one, Hannah said. But still, said Isaac. Think twice before you act, right? That's what our father always said, Hannah said. Don't mention it, idiot, Isaac said angrily. Anyway, I'll leave you alone, bye, said Hannah, leaving Isaac alone. Issei, I swear that one day I will kill you, and of course that armor and that power will be mine, only mine, said Isaac, smiling, looking at Issei's lyre. Chapter 6, Previews and Harem. Rias and Issei could be seen in the club, and Rias had a worried face. Issei, I don't have the strength to tell my brother that you and I are secretly dating. Rias, have confidence in yourself, said Issei. But I'm afraid that my brother and Isaac will hurt you if, Rias said in a sad tone. Rias, I would face your idiot brother, Isaac, and the entire underworld just to be with you. That's all I want. I want to be by your side and you want to be by my side, Issei said, hugging Rias from behind. Issei, said Rias happily. Rias, said Issei happily. The two brought their faces closer to each other to give each other a kiss full of love and affection. Issei-san, I wanted to ask you something, Asia said to Issei. Tell me, Asia, said Issei. What is love for you? Said Asia. Love is not something that can be said so easily. For me, love is a flower too beautiful to be cut. It is always being by your side with the person you love most in the whole world. Well, that is what my teacher has taught me, said Issei. Why do you ask? Issei said. Nothing, said Asia. Asia, are you sure about this? Issei said worriedly. It's just Issei, Asia said. But Asia, I'm worried that Isaac will find out and tell you that you're going to have a secret relationship with me, and I don't want that, Issei said worriedly. Don't worry, Issei-san, it doesn't matter, said Asia. Asia, are you sure about this? If you accept, there will be no turning back, Issei said seriously. Yes, I'm very sure. You were the person who saved me from Isaac when he was about to hit me. You protected me from Reincarnation even though she was your enemy. I thank you very much, Asia said, shedding tears. So you agreed to be with me despite the consequences, said Issei. Yes, Asia said as she approached Issei and kissed him. I must be very hard for you, Akeno-san, Issei said. Yes, I've always blamed my father for my mother's death, Akeno said sadly. Akeno-san, I will always be with you no matter the situation. I will save you no matter who my opponent is. If they force you to tire with Isaac, I will come for you," said Issei in a serious tone. "Issei," Akeno said as she approached him and kissed him. "Issei, prepare yourself because this place will be your grave," said Reincarnation, preparing a spear of light. "You have taken everything from me, my parents, the inheritance that should have belonged to me. You killed my females and you steal my future females. What do you plan to steal from my brother?" said Isaac, seeing Issei with his armor. "Hey, are you okay?" said Issei, seeing a wounded redhead girl on the ground.
Let me know in the comments below if you guys want the next part. Also check out my other video that has been shown and left. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and share this video. And have a fantastic day. Bye.